You guessed it. In this episode of The Food Detectives, I'm immersing myself in the indulgent world of chocolate.
Come get your chocolate.
Divine chocolate teppanyaki, and what is really the difference between regular, dark, and white? It's delicious, but is it nutritious? I'm investigating chocolate. Chocolate! Chocolate. Smooth, seductive, and oh so sensuous. A sweet, sensational piece of heaven that I'm ready to break off and have a piece of. It's oh so good. With so much choice and conflicting messages, is chocolate getting a fair hearing? I say innocent until proven guilty. Let's investigate.
Chocolate was once referred to as the food of the gods due to their many wonderful stimulating compounds. And did you know that as far back as the Aztecs, there was a sultry rumor going around that chocolates are an aphrodisiac? It's no wonder that on Valentine's Day, you have stores that are flooded with chocolate. But are there any real effects in the bedroom? And if there are effects, are they pharmacological or psychological? We put chocolate to the test. When you're aroused, your blood pressure rises. And today we have 2 females and 2 males who've agreed to be part of our little experiment to prove whether or not chocolate is an aphrodisiac.
Here I am with 4 chocolate-loving volunteers. First, we will take their blood pressure when they're comfortable and relaxed. Next, they are each going to eat 5 squares of dark chocolate. After 1 minute, we will take their blood pressure again. This step will be repeated at the 5th and 30th minute. We will then find out whether chocolate really does have any exciting effects.
Okay, doctor, what do you think of our results here?
For 3 out of 4 subjects that we tested today, we see a rise in the blood pressure and pulse rate in the first minute after taking the chocolates. When we took the measurements again, at the 5th minute, the blood pressure and pulse was back to normal.
Okay, so we had a short little spike within that 1 minute.
Yes. And it only lasted less than 5 minutes.
Okay, so after having seen this, our little experiment, would you say it's evident that chocolate is an aphrodisiac?
Chocolate does contain chemicals, serotonin, phenylethylamine, and caffeine. It makes us feel good when we take them because they are mood elevating and it improves concentration and alertness. But whether it is an aphrodisiac, we haven't proved it today.
So what do we know? Is chocolate really an aphrodisiac? Well, we don't have anything conclusive, but what we do know is that within 1 minute of eating chocolate, you have a spike in your blood pressure. So, potentially, you have that small window of opportunity to get your act together. So I say, hop to it.
No other fat melts at 37 degrees, which is our body temperature. Chocolate is smooth, it's velvety, it's wonderful, it's delectable. And that's what makes people love chocolate.
What is it about chocolate that makes it so velvety and smooth? The answer is simple: emulsifiers. So in this case, in chocolate, it's called soy lecithin. Most chocolate that you eat actually contains soy lecithin. And what it does is it makes sure that the cocoa butter is nice and stable and smooth and doesn't separate from the moisture that we've all come to love. But here's the thing. Over the years, soy products have been getting a lot of flack. Now, why is that? It's simply because of the nature of soy. It's a genetically modified crop. So in the case of chocolates and soy lecithin, do we have something to be nervous about?
Soy lecithin is an emulsifier that's commonly used to make chocolate products. We need not be too concerned of it as it's used in small quantities, and that's just to emulsify the product. We need to be more concerned about the cocoa butter and the sugar that's found in there.
I know you can't smell what I'm smelling, but from where I am, there's more than a hint of chocolate. I know when you're growing up, you always have this childhood dream. Well, for me, I wanted to know what's it like to be in a chocolate factory? What are the magical elements and mysteries within there? And here I am at the Alts Chocolate Factory. This is one of Singapore's largest chocolate manufacturers. So I am definitely in the right place to find out more about chocolate and to make my childhood dream come true.
I'm going to be meeting Connie, and she's going to show me how to make this devilishly delicious delight that we all know and love. I'd better run. I don't want to be chocolate.
Hi, Connie.
Hi, Nikki. So nice to see you.
Thank you so much for having me in your factory. And today, what are you making here? It smells delicious. What kind of chocolate?
Today, we're very lucky. A rare occasion where we make white chocolates. There are three major ingredients here. There's the cocoa butter, the sugar, and the milk powders. As long as there's cocoa butter, there's chocolate. This is the first step of refining.
Now that we've seen the fairest of them all, how does white chocolate compare to its bitter comrades?
Dark chocolate has got 35% and more of cocoa solids in it. The milk chocolate will have about 25% in addition to sugar and milk. And the white chocolate will have no cocoa solids, but the cocoa butter, milk, and sugar in it.
Let's find out more.
Wow! This is called a conch. In layman term, we call it a cooking machine.
Okay.
You see, look at the product after refining. Yeah. Now they are going to mix. After 6 hours, it will be liquidified.
And now, how much chocolate are we looking at right now?
6 tons.
6 tons of chocolate. I feel like I'm at Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
What is a chocolate factory if they don't make milk and dark chocolates? Fret not, chocolate lovers, because here they have all our decadent bases covered. But is chocolate really bad for us?
Chocolates are a very packed source of energy. In addition, it has a whole range of nutritional attributes, including tryptophan, flavonoids, polyphenols, which are all shown to not only enhance vasodilation or therefore increase your blood circulation, but most of all also increase your cognitive ability. So therefore, chocolates are a very interesting package of micronutrients, but above all, they're wonderful to eat.
This is the final product, from the molding line to the buttons.
So let's have a taste test and see. This is different, white chocolate. So I'm guessing it's going to be sweeter than the dark chocolate that I'm used to.
There's no cocoa mass inside, that's why the bitterness is not there.
When it comes to chocolate, it's all about the dark side of the force. With no cocoa solids in white chocolate, you won't be getting the powers of the flavonoids and their wonderful antioxidant qualities.
If you eat a sliver of dark chocolate every day for a year, you're unlikely to gain the benefits of reduced blood pressure, lowering of cholesterol, and enhanced cognitive performance unless you add exercise in concert, because it's all about energy balance.
After the chock-full break, let's take a delicious dip into teppanyaki chocolate. We dish out some melting morsels and borrow the taste buds of some chocolate lovers who are going to deliver some pretty shocking chocolicious revelations. Previously, we learned how chocolate is made and the difference between white, milk, and dark chocolate. Also, we discovered that chocolate has hidden benefits. Let's look at where it all began, the humble yet powerful cocoa bean.
What really is in a cacao bean is essentially the cocoa butter and the cocoa solids. They're all encapsulated in a bean that has to be extracted by fermentation and roasting, and they have a very low roasting temperature, and most important of all, a very slow and prolonged grinding process that minimizes any of the nutrient losses that would likely to happen if you do it very aggressively or with high temperature.
When we purchase the cocoa bean has been fermented and dried. The first step is to roast the bean, just like coffee. So once the beans has been roasted, you need to remove the shell of the bean. Then you need to crush the cocoa bean. Then it becomes what we call cocoa mass, 100% cocoa. Then you mix it with all the other ingredients, milk, sugar, and here is the chocolate.
Earlier, we witnessed the glorious birth of chocolates, and now I can't wait to try my hand at making some of these yummy babies of my own. I'm heading to Chocolate Academy, where I'll be learning how to temper chocolate. But why is it so important?
Tempering is very important in chocolates because you have to get the gloss and the snap to make a perfect chocolate.
Aha, when you hear that sound, you know it's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you do here?
You have to melt the chocolates up until 40 to 45 degrees C.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Can I try? Yeah. Come get your chocolates. I just like that little rhythm that you had, and I see it slowly coming together, that shine. So the process is in heating, and then cooling, and then heating again, and that kind of temperature change is what's going to give you that nice crystallization.
We have to tap it so that the bubbles can be removed.
Finally, we're going to pop that chocolate in the chiller. And all we have to do now is just sit tight and wait. All that tempering is tempting me.
Okay, now for the taste test, let's hear that crisp. Ah, that's what we're looking for. Perfect, dark, delicious, I love it. Now if you're wondering, why would I even need to know how to temper? Have you ever actually tried making chocolate-covered strawberries? You know, you work so hard, you dip it in the chocolate, you put it in the fridge, and it doesn't harden. You don't get that nice crystallized coat. That's why you need to learn how to temper, and that's why you have to hang out with the rain.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love chocolate, but the problem is it's usually jam-packed with this stuff. Sugar, sugar, and more sugar. Now the thing with me is, a moment on my lips, a lifetime on my hips. I don't know if it's the same with you, but if you are health conscious, you're watching your waistline, or maybe you're diabetic, you might be thinking a sugar-free chocolate option might be better for you. Or is it really?
Sugar-free chocolate has got 0 sugar, which makes it sound good, but it's very high in fat because if they remove something, they always need to add back something to it. It doesn't mean that if it's sugar-free means it's very healthy, so we still need to be careful with the amounts that we eat.
I know my taste buds don't lie, but can we really tell the difference between designer chocolates and those available in the supermarket? We hit the streets and find ourselves in a rather sticky situation. I'm out on the sunny streets of Singapore and I have a few sweet treats for people. Take a look at this. In this bowl, bowl A, I have your regular commercial off-the-shelf chocolate. This contains 26% cocoa. Bowl B contains 31% cocoa, but the big kahuna is bowl C. These chocolates contain 40% cocoa, so this is definitely more expensive. This is your boutique chocolate. Now, in theory, the higher the cocoa percentage, the better the chocolate should be. But our taste buds might not necessarily agree. So I'm interested to find out which one of these chocolates people simply can't resist. So which one is your favorite?
B. First one is a bit too milky for me, and C is a bit too rich for my taste.
I really like the B.
B?
I think they taste about the same to me. B is my favorite.
The results are in. 20% preferred chocolate A, that is 26% cocoa mass. 80% like chocolate B, that is 31% cocoa mass.
And nobody liked chocolate C. That's the most expensive with 40% cocoa, which just goes to show that just because a chocolate is more expensive doesn't make it more popular.
The supermarket shelves are chock-a-block with chocolate. So many varieties, but how do I pick which block is right for me?
If you want to know the calorie content of the food that you consume, you have to only look at the label and see how much of protein it contains. Multiply the protein content by 4, you get the amount of calories coming from protein. If you then look at the amount of fat it contains, multiply that by 9, you get the amount of calories coming from fat. You then look at the carbohydrate content, multiply by 4, you get the amount of calories coming from carbohydrates. And that's a simple way to calculate the calorie content of any food that you consume.
Next, I'm going to meet an award-winning chocolatier. And all that chocolate eating is getting under my skin. I try something new and unexpectedly decadent.
If chocolate is known as food for the gods, then I am a goddess right now. I'm in a place of utter decadence. This is the wonderful chocolate atelier of Laurent Bernard, and he's known as a maestro in the chocolate realm. He spent years understanding the secret of chocolate, and I'm here for an exclusive peek into the magical world. So Laurent, do you create all these recipes yourself?
Yes, all these are original recipes, original creations.
So what's your inspiration? Where do you come up with these ideas?
All those ideas, all those chocolates come from an encounter, a meeting with someone. For example, for the vanilla, we did meet someone very passionate about it in Tahiti, and he have a product which is exceptional, so he did inspire us a ganache with it.
So there's a great memory and story behind everything that you make here.
Yeah, every time I make a recipe, it's remember me of someone.
Being a nosy food detective, I need to find the ins and outs of the operation.
There, the chocolate go through curtains of temperate chocolate. Here we put our little touch, our little decorations. We cool down, and it's ready to eat.
So Laurent, help me to understand the difference between your processing technique and what you do here compared to the big commercial brands. What's the difference?
The difference is the ingredient. It's really important for me to know where the chocolate comes from, which country of origin, which particular plantations, which particular variety of bean have been used to make the chocolate. As an artisan, it's a responsibility to know if the products have been processed perfectly from the beginning till the end.
So Laurent, are all cocoa beans made equal?
No, not at all. The best chocolate for me, the best cacao bean, is coming from Venezuela. It is where there is the best climate, the best condition to produce the best chocolate.
It's for us a real challenge to find the right cocoa bean because the number of cocoa beans available are decreasing. Since the last 10 years, Asia has increased a lot its production of cocoa beans. I think Asia should represent more or less 50% of the worldwide production, and it's increasing a lot.
We sure love our chocolate. Now I want to see the master at work.
We're gonna put the pure cacao in the cream. We're gonna let it infuse. So we're gonna transfer most of the vitamins and minerals into the cream. Beautiful, we call that the caviar of the vanilla. And you're gonna let it infuse. We can try a little bit.
Ooh, it's subtle, but you can really taste that, you know,
yeah.
The vanilla. Gorgeous.
This block of chocolate is from Dominican Republic. It's 70% cacao, 30% sugar. We're gonna let the heat of the cream slowly melt the chocolate. We don't want to go too fast because chocolate is very sensitive to the change of temperature. And after 60 degrees, we may destroy it.
Perfect, it's thick, but it's like silk,
Yes.
my goodness.
Yeah, we have to give it a name, so I was thinking, and I think I will name it after you. Okay.
You will name this ganache after me.
As you know, every chocolate is coming after
A story.
This
story is about that lady who kept asking you so many questions
Yes,
about
yes.
what you do.
Yes.
So you may have heard it before, chocolates cause pimples. Yeah, it's one of those pearls of wisdom that gets passed down from generation to generation. Sometimes it's a reason why someone with acne-prone skin might actually cut out chocolates altogether, or they could blame the recent outbreaks on these yummy sweets. But is it an old wives' tale, or is it fact?
Can chocolates cause acne? From the medical point of view, the answer is no. Acne is due to blockage of hair follicles by oil or dead skin. There is no proof in many studies associate chocolate eating and acne formation.
We've heard a lot about the benefits of eating chocolate, but I'm going to put chocolate to a new test. I'm going to use it as a beauty treatment, a chocolate wrap to be exact, because it's going to nourish and moisturize the skin. It's even said to increase endorphins and serotonin levels, which are basically the happy triggers in the brain. It's going to help me relax and unwind because this food detective needs a break.
A chocolate body wrap is the perfect all-around pampering treat. Claims include younger-looking skin, a luminous glow, it detoxifies pores, protects the skin from UV rays, and it reduces stress.
I almost feel a bit guilty for slathering all this chocolate on me, but it is not a waste. This is definitely what you call skin food. It's rich, it's creamy, I smell like I'm back in the chocolate factory, and I'm having a hard time not biting my left shoulder here. Oh, this is the life. So I've come to the end of a very thorough investigation, and I have to say, I have a newfound appreciation and fascination with chocolate and all the labors of love that go into it. So I am going to happily indulge in this cup of hot chocolate.